Hello everyone, my name is Mitchell Coleman and I suffer from depression and anxiety and addiction, and today is a very special day. This is Worldwide Suicide Prevention Day, September 10th, and I've been thinking about it a lot since last night. Actually, I was doing an interview, a written interview for a recovery channel that I follow on Instagram, and one of the questions was, how did I get to where I was, what my childhood was like, and questions of that nature. And I wasn't aware what today was, but it did just get me thinking anyway about what really got me to where I was, because it took a lifetime to get where I was. I've been sober for almost 3 years now, but I've battled depression for a very, very long time, and it did seem to come out a lot more in my teenage years, my late teenage years, and that was pretty much right before I started drinking alcohol. I found my friend Johnny Barleycorn, as they say in Alcoholics Anonymous, and weed, and eventually got into other things as well. But I just want to focus on today and first say I'm sorry for anyone who's lost someone to suicide, or anyone who is dealing with suicidal thoughts and suffer from depression and think that there is no way out, because I have definitely been there. And you don't have to have all sorts of degrees to understand what that is, because I was there. And it's something we need to talk about, because we don't want to talk about it. There's so many reasons why we try to hold it in, and when you have depression, an invisible illness that people can't really relate to unless they have it, just the same as addiction and anxiety, and it can be very, very difficult because you don't want to burden people. That's what's going on in your brain. That's what's going on in my brain. I didn't want to burden people with my whole whiny, poor is me, the world's so tough bullshit. And so you bottle it and you hold those feelings in. And for me, I found alcohol and stuff, and it helped me to cope with those feelings and numb it out. I thought it was making me better, you know, I thought it was helping me to not feel that way, but eventually it just got out of control, and I was drinking every single day, and the suicidal thoughts weren't going away, and drinking is a downer anyway. I've just always been very attracted to death, and I've been attracted to these sad songs. When I am sad, I really want to be sad, and it's an odd thing. I like feeling happy, I like feeling my emotions, but even when I'm going through a tough breakup, or I'm dealing with a loss of someone, a death, and I want to find the saddest songs I can and sit there, and that's so bad because it's just lowering my energy. And again, please reach out if you know someone, and if you're not wanting to talk to someone, there is always someone, and I'll put that information at the end of this video. I just wanted to let you know that there are people out there that care, and don't think that no one wants to hear you talk about this, because people love you and people care and they want to help you, and no one wants to go through that experience of losing someone. I know people that have lost someone, and two of these people are parents, and I know that they would have rather sat and talked about it than lose their child. And just same with anyone. You can't feel ashamed about feeling that way, because it's almost like a normal feeling for someone with major depression, and you add drugs and alcohol in there and just start thinking really bad thoughts. And I just want you to know, again, there are people there. There are people that you don't even know that care, and today is a special day, because I can't think of the numbers, but it's very high how many people kill themselves and feel that there's no way out when there is a way out. And I know it because I found it, and I just wish I could have helped more people. So I hope this video can help someone out there, and reach out to me too if you're feeling it, because life can be hard, and life is difficult. And when you're dealing with depression, you feel that there is no way out, and you feel that you're a burden on people. You truly hate yourself, and you just don't want to live. And I got to that point where you're making all these mistakes too, because I'm just not thinking right. I have a twisted way of thinking, and on top of that, I'm on alcohol, I'm drunk, I'm on drugs, and you start making bad decisions. And I've been reflecting as well, when you're so depressed, life seems so bad, and you're just trying to find some sort of spark of excitement anywhere just to feel something, because you feel like a robot, and you could put on this fake facade and put this persona out to the rest of the world that you're normal. And what is normal anyway? You know, we all have these feelings and emotions, and we need to be able to vent and let them out. And as a man, it can be extra difficult, because I believe our suicide rate as compared to female, and I'm not comparing male and female at all here, is very high, because we bottle it more. And that's just conditioning from society to not feel, you know, not to express your emotions. So don't cry, you know, boys don't cry, be a man, stiffen up your upper lip, and all that good stuff. Like, just deal with it. And you don't want to talk about it. So in your mind, you're not talking about it, and you're in your head saying, how can those people get through it? How are they doing it? Why can't I do it? And you just start to hate yourself even more, and you just don't want to live. And it gets to the point where you do start coming up with plans on how you're going to do it. And that's where I got, and that's really what got me to this point in my recovery many years ago. And I just went through a really bad breakup and moved back here. Well, I didn't even move back here from California. And I was just here with my dad to get a vehicle and drive back to California. We went out, and I got stranded at a bar downtown, and I didn't know where I was. And this is before Facebook and all that good stuff. And like, I had a cell phone, but they tell me, hey, your dad left. I don't know where I am. I'm in a sketchy part of town. Try to sum this up real short, but either way, I was already super depressed and already been thinking about killing myself for quite a while. And I've been cutting myself a lot and not wanting to talk to people about it. I told some friends in Ventura that I was considering killing myself, and they were there for me. And that's the night where it was one of the closest that I ever got. So I got ditched down there, and then the bar closes. I have like 15 bucks. I get a cab to a casino that's really far actually from where we were staying in a hotel. And I'm so hammered, I'm just like, I'll just walk there. So I get a cab to the casino, and the rest of the way to this town is pretty far. And I start walking, my phone dies, and it's a thunderstorm. It's like insanely raining bad, and I'm walking towards this town called Liberty, and I'm going over this bridge that is above the Missouri River. And it's a new bridge, it's being constructed, and I just can't even, I just think about it, and it's, I can still feel it, is the fucked up part about it, is like standing over that bridge. And I just absolutely hated life. And I stood there for like 20, maybe 30 minutes, just soaking wet. And I just wanted to jump in the river, and I was going to just jump in and kill myself. And I just was so fed up with life, so over it. And I don't know what happened. I know my mind is not that way, but you're struggling with something that's not really you. So it's like this fight inside of yourself that is hard to explain, and you don't have the right help, and you're not reaching out. You're trying to figure this out yourself, and it's not good. And but something did come over me. I felt a presence. I felt something tell me, this is not it. This isn't it. Don't do this. At least go do something. Try to get help. And I didn't do it. And then a little bit of me is like, told this before, and I'm like, people probably think I'm just lying. I just made that up, you know, to get attention. And it's like, the only way I could prove them otherwise is if I had done it. So that's another weird thing that goes along with wanting to talk about it. Well, you didn't do it, pussy, you know? And that's my mind thinking that. So a highway patrolman picks me up, and I tell him everything. And he, I'm 26, 27 at this time, and he gives me a ride back to the hotel. A very nice police officer, you know, a highway patrolman, lets me right up front with him. Even pulls someone over and gives them a speeding ticket in the rain while I'm sitting there up front just hanging out. and I get back, he tells me about the Salvation Army rehab. So that next day I went to rehab, and I was there for 6 months, and I talked with my counselor a lot, got a lot of vital information, but I still had hid the fact that it was alcohol that I was into. And it was depression. He told me I suffered from depression, but I should have sought more help, and I never even went out and talked to doctors after. I only started doing that recently. And I also had another one where I had moved out to Philadelphia to get sober with my best friend, pretty much brother, Zach, and my actual brother, Joe. And I secretly started drinking again. I was so depressed, you know, there I am again. All of my friends are gone. I've just let everyone down. I have no one. I think I don't have anyone. In hindsight, of course I did. I had two of the best people in my whole life, which is my friend Zach and my brother Joe. But I was making plans again, and one night in particular, I tried to sneak out of we're in South Philly, and everyone was asleep, and I snuck up from the basement I was staying in, and I opened up the door and left and was walking down the street, and we lived right by a Subway. And I don't even know how my brother he chased me. He saw me. That's what it was. He saw me leaving and tried to be quiet. And he's like, "Mitch, where are you going?" And I just start running off, and he's chasing me. And I was running into the Subway because I was just going to go jump in front of a Subway. I've thought about these things. I've thought about it. That's why I never got a gun, because I know I would have just killed myself. I was going to go run and jump in front of a Subway, and my brother stopped me, like literally chased me and stopped me. And again, another one. I can't believe that, but just again, we've been there, people that are going through this, and that's what they say. When you start making a plan, that's when it's so sketchy. You make that plan. If my brother hadn't came out that day, I would have definitely I would be dead. I would have killed myself, because I was looking for a way where I wouldn't survive. You know, I didn't want to, even a gun, there's a chance that you could survive. I wanted to guaranteed make sure I was going to die. And a Subway running me over would have done the trick. And that's so fucked up to even think that way. But today, again, getting back to what got me here and being sober, that's why they say it's really, the drinking and stuff is the symptom of what's really going on. What's really going on is I have depression. There are things wrong with my brain, and I don't think right. And I just start thinking about other situations. Like, I had this head injury where I was in a coma, and I bruised my frontal lobe, and there is damage that is done in that. It affects your cognitive thinking, and I don't want to accept that shit, because I do. I make dumb decisions, which we all do. But that is one of the symptoms of that is you make decisions, dumb decisions without thinking. Because I do know I am a good person, but I make some very poor choices, and in hindsight, they're not good choices at all. They're not choices I would want to make, but I did, and it's not an excuse. I just I have to understand that I'm not normal, and that's okay. I still suffer from these feelings. I would lie if I said those thoughts don't pop in my mind still, just like drinking. If things are going bad, I could be like, I just want to be gone. But really, everything is great. Life is beautiful, and I'm appreciative of everything today. The fact that I'm sitting here getting to make this video, the fact that I'm breathing, I hear those cicadas in the background, and get to go into work. And above all, I have two daughters that would not even be here had I killed myself. Two lives that are going to create lives and be a part of other lives in the future. If I'd given in, that wouldn't happen, and I will never give in, because of multiple reasons, but that especially. And you just look at people like Robin Williams that we think are so happy, and we think they are just the life of the party, and that is me. That was me. And I am a good person, and I am a fun person. But when people are telling you things, and you tell them about certain things you've went through in your childhood, and they're like, "Dude, how are you so normal? How are you so normal? That's crazy, man. I'd be messed up if I were you." I am messed up. And I've been messed up, but we bottle it and I don't talk about it. And I am talking about it, and I will talk about it always. If it can save someone else's life or help someone else be a better person, then that's what it is. God has us here for reasons, and I truly believe that my reason is to help people. And it's a tough thing to talk to someone with these kind of thoughts, because you have to be very careful with the way you say things. If you know they're sad, the best thing you can do, you know they're dealing with stuff, is just be like, hey, I am here for you, and I will talk to you. Try to steer away from saying things like, hey, dude, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine, which is true, but you say this to someone while they're in the midst of a deep depression, with that blanket of depression and fog of darkness over them, and they hear someone telling them everything's fine, everything's going to be okay. You could sit there and in your mind be like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why is it's not okay, and I don't feel okay. And then you're in your head again. It's like, I can't even feel normal. They're telling me it's normal. I'm normal. Everything's fine. It's all very deep. And I just want to recognize people like my friend Kevin Marnell and Corey Falconer, who we lost way too soon because of depression and substance abuse and suicide. And it is heartbreaking, and all their family members and everyone. And I truly miss these people. I love these people, and I could have been one of these people very easily, and I had those moments. And another thing is, I'm very transparent about this stuff, so I'm going to be sharing this with people. And if you watched it all, I'm happy, and maybe you could share it with someone else. But a little bit of me still is like, you don't want to share this with people. What if someone hears it? They're going to think you're weird, and no one will want to like date you or whatever it is. It's like, I don't really care, because we all have these things, and the point is to talk about them, try to help people. And I'll leave a number and stuff on here that you can call. Just know that life is beautiful. Everything will be okay. Even though I said you don't want to say that to them, I'm saying it now, because everything is okay. Everything is hard. Life is difficult. Life is beautiful. We all go through things. When we're children, we all experience things that we wish we didn't. We don't have a lot of control over that. We have to be careful as parents how we treat our children. And I'm not blaming my parents for anything either. I'm just saying I am a more aware parent now. So I have learned from their mistakes, and I have learned what's important and what you got to do with your children, because they are sponges and they pick up on these things. They see things that are not normal and think they're normal. And man, I'm just happy to be alive. I'm very happy to be alive, and I love every single one of you that watches this video, that talks to me and helps me in my recovery. And I can't thank everyone enough. Every single person I've been in contact with in my life has helped me in one way or another. Whether it was a bad person or a good person, they've helped me grow. And that's where you got to get to that point and try to understand why you're going through this. Seek help, get counseling, talk to a psychiatrist, talk to a doctor. And medication, there's nothing wrong with medication. If you have an imbalance in your brain, this is not a bad thing. And it's okay that you will have this. It's not something that will just be gone. My depression will never disappear. It still pops up on me. My anxiety will never disappear. These are just feelings that I've now learned how to cope with, and I don't have to cope with them with drugs or alcohol. That's all I really got right now. And if I think of more, I'll try to do another video, because I could talk about this for a while. I'm just very happy to be alive. I'm so fortunate. No matter what's going on in my life, I'm here, and I have 2 wonderful children. And again, I love all of you that have lost someone. My thoughts, my prayers are with you all. God bless you.